Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to Pocono Mountains Podcast, Season 2, Episode 27. I'm Jim Hamill. The holidays are here, and the Poconos is the perfect place to spend them, and your hard-earned dollars at small businesses across the four-county region. This weekend marks Small Business Saturday, when our retailers and hardworking business owners and their employees look to make the season warm and bright for so many gift givers. You can always find out where to shop small this season at PoconoMountains.com. Or if you caught our recent Pocono Mountains magazine for November, we featured two small businesses, Asparagus Sunshine in Delaware Water Gap and Gather in Honesdale. We'll have the extended conversation about what makes small business tick with Lauren at Asparagus Sunshine in just a moment. The Poconos is a year-round destination for millions, and with 2,400 square miles of forest, mountains, rivers, and lakes, with historic downtowns and iconic family resorts, it's the perfect getaway. You can always find out more on PoconoMountains.com or watch PTN, the Pocono Television Network, streaming live 24/7. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. We'll have a new episode each week highlighting lots of the fun things you can experience while you're visiting the Poconos. Subscribe to Pocono Mountains Podcast and leave a review and or comment on whatever platform you listen. Now back to the episode. We're going to begin with Lauren Chamberlain, who has quite the story about opening her Asparagus Sunshine in her hometown of Delaware Water Gap. The place is amazing. So many neat finds and cool gifts for anyone. Plus, the experience of shopping in a small town is really what it's all about. Enjoy. Hey everyone, it's Jim Hamill here at the Asparagus Sunshine, a gorgeous shop in downtown Delaware Water Gap in the beautiful Pocono Mountains, and I'm joined by the proprietor, Lauren Chamberlain. Lauren, welcome to the podcast, and thanks for having us. This place is amazing. Every turn, every corner has something cool and niche-y and different. What made you want to get into business like this?
It was something I loved. When I started it, it was completely a hobby. I actually have a degree in culinary arts and was a chef for the first some years of my life. And I took this on, I was doing eBay and I was yard selling and flea marketing and all that kind of stuff. And I just really enjoyed it. And then my life changed a little bit. I took on taking care of my dad, and that was a way for me to sustain financially, and kind of realized I really like this. Like, I honestly really like this, and I could probably maybe make this work. So after my father passed, I made a decision to do what I love. I mean, it was one of those moments of, obviously time is short and life can be short. And I decided I wanted to do what I loved, and I took my hobby and I turned it into a business. This storefront came up for rent right around the same time that I was trying to find an office space to maybe grow it a little bit, and the storefront came up, and I immediately seized it. I was like, this is it. This is the spot. I'm from here. I've watched this store turn over 100 times over the course of my lifetime. There's a lot of great history in this building. There's a lot of great memories for me. I sat at this counter when I was probably 14 years old, and it was my first job, and I glued leather wallets together when it was the leather shop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, this is going to work. This is perfect. And then it was just a matter of how do I fill this gigantic space?
Because it is huge. There's multiple levels. Like I said, around every corner is something different. So what did it take to fill that space? I'm sure it wasn't an overnight thing.
It took about 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say 3. When we started, it was very sparse. I mean, there you could see a lot of floor space. We had the shelves filled mostly, but no, I mean, this all came through years of just picking stuff up, people bringing stuff in. We have pieces that, a lot of the bigger furniture pieces are, that piece behind you is the original humidor from the Green Lantern, which is 3 doors down, which was kind of a general store kind of vintage concept that was there when I was growing up and prior to when I was growing up. So that humidor case is from there. The other case is from the Wallace Building in Stroudsburg. It's a handmade barnwood table. So all those bigger pieces came in, and then we just kind of filled with as much as we could get. And there's a couple rules of thumb that I have for the business. I have to love it. Some people are like, why don't you do this? Why don't you carry this? Why don't you send your pickers for this? And it's like, yeah, I don't really like that. So I'm going to do what I love. I mean, that's the basis of my concept. And so that's kind of how we ended up with everything. And it's taken years to accumulate, and it turns over all the time. And that's like the greatest part of my business. Yeah. It changes all the time. I mean, it's like right now, obviously we're in Halloween, so everything's vintage Halloween. Yeah. But that, like, it's not even seasonal. It's, okay, I picked up a vintage telephone collection, which might have 30 to 35, vintage phones in it. Yeah. And that's something, then it's like, okay, new display, new everything.
Gotta love an unhappy customer.
Yeah. Not everybody can be happy. Not everybody loves what I like.
Right. It's how it goes.
So it's just been like piecemeal, and it's been a lot of time spent on the road. It's a lot of time kind of handpicking. I mean, everybody like loves to go to the flea market, but when I go to the flea market, it's a lot of fun, but I also go to like ones all over the country. And every time I travel, I try and find one, or, I'm the girl that takes back roads everywhere. It drives everyone nuts. It's fantastic. And my mom's like, can we please just take like the straight way? Can we take the highway? I'm like, no, we can't, but I find these places, or I find the yard sale, or I find all these weird things. And it's great because I pick up things that other people might not see on the regular basis, because it's like that one little hidden gem that everybody's like, what is that? What is that? Yeah. And then that's part of what I love about the store. People will come in and they'll be like, what is that? So it creates a conversation. It creates memories. I mean, there's so many different pieces in here that somebody's going to find something that like kind of makes them feel warm and fuzzy. Like, oh, my grandma had that, or, oh, my parents had that, or, oh, I had that, which I'm realizing is my thing now. I'm like, oh, I had that when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, crap, I'm falling into the vintage category now. Right. Great, Right. So yeah, it's taken a lot of time and a lot of legwork. But now, we're at a point now where we're comfortably full. And it changes, and we can keep changing it, and we have enough business that it can change, which is also like a big factor. If you're not busy, you're not moving product. Right. So that's like the fun part. It's literally different in here every single time you come in. You'll see something different, or there'll be a whole new like display, or just something new, And as much as we carry old things, it's always new, Yeah. So it's a huge part of it.
Seems like you've kind of woven a small business, obviously, out of the things that you love. Mm-hmm. And so it's got that characteristic that like you want to make this work. So like it takes a lot of work, right? I mean, it's no joke.
It's no joke. A lot of people will say, okay, you're a small business owner. It's great that you have that flexibility. Yeah, well, that flexibility is great. Certain times that I can take an hour off and I can run here because I have somebody here. But those days that I want to do something and I can't find somebody to work, well, no, I'm here. And also, somebody's got to move all this stuff. That's so there's physical labor involved. Right. There's also, I don't go home and turn my brain off. It's not like, okay, it's 5:00. I can turn my brain off. I'm going to go home. No, I'm sitting at home. I'm doing the books, or I'm doing something else, or I'm in my workshop, like repairing something. I work 7 days a week. We're closed on Tuesdays because that gives me one day that I don't have to concentrate on stuff,
We're going to pause once. So 7 days a week kind of thing. You must live, eat, breathe, sleep it.
I do. And that's why I decided that I wanted to do what I love. Do I have days that, I'm like, oh, I don't want to, it's a lot, but I love what I do. So it just makes it fun. I get to wake up and be like, oh, today we're going to make ghosts at the store for decor, I mean, and it's funny because when I talk to people and they don't know me, they're like, oh, what's your day look like? Well, I had a really busy day Halloween decorating. They're probably like, really? That was your busy day? Well, actually, I had to go to the storage space. I had to climb up. I had to pull down 50 pounds worth of pumpkins, and so it's not like your typical day. But I do have so much fun doing it that it makes it all worthwhile. And really, to be honest with you, I had 2 customers come in this weekend that they were giggling when they left. They were so excited about their finds. And that makes every day worthwhile. I mean, it really makes it worth it. And it just, to put a smile on somebody's face and to be part of the community. And that's huge for me. I mean, I grew up here. I've lived here my whole life, and being part of that community and that sense of community, especially because the tourism, like they come here and they're like, we love this small town, and I can be a part of that, and it can help bring people to town. So that's a huge part of it that makes it worth working the 7 days a week and putting in the long hours and doing the heavy lifting and all that kind of stuff. So, to the point where we're actually expanding and opening a new shop around the corner.
Whoa. All right. Very awesome.
So it's
good for you guys.
Definitely, obviously I don't mind hard work that much because I'm a glutton for punishment. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's in your bones, it seems like. Yeah. So that was my next question about just being part of the community, because in order to like both reap the benefits of small business, but also to literally be small business, you have to be part of your community, right? You have to rely on your community to support you. You have to support your community in turn. So it's got to be this symbiotic relationship that you have with, your patrons, but obviously, other shops, other eateries, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, and we have a great dynamic because, we're such a small town. A lot of us grew up together. A lot of the other business owners and I have known each other since we were kids, or the families. We've all known each other. I love the dynamic. Like right now, we have a new coffee shop in town, Coven Cafe. We all go there in the morning. So it's like great because it's like we go, we get our coffee, we usually run into each other, and then it's like, hey, what do you have going on this weekend? What do I have going on this weekend? And we've started really marketing together, so that like A, one of us isn't working so hard. B, I do a lot of the social media marketing for the town and the different businesses together. So then that way it's like, okay, let's put out our whole weekend instead of each one of us, and then we all share it. So we work together in that aspect. We work together in like decorating and doing different things. It's great. Like one of our neighbors, I was joking with them and I'm like, hey, you're kind of a contractor type guy. Can you cut out a couple ghosts for me so that you can put your face through it for a photo shoot? He comes down with 5 of them. And I'm like, I don't have time to paint 5 of them, but so they'll go up this week,
Nice.
And it's that community feel. People walk by, one of the things that I'm going to do at the new shop is we're going to bring back, we did a puzzle exchange during COVID because, people were walking the streets, and so I put a thing out of puzzles and all the community members would like trade them. So they'd take one and bring one back. And, so like this community has that already. And then being a business in it, it works. And it's like, we're all friends. And if any one of us needs anything, you can call anybody in town and they'll be willing, like, oh, you're out of, sugar packets. Okay, I've got them. Yeah. Or, and it's really nice to have that sense of community and seeing us all thrive. I mean, Water Gap has had a resurgence of people. And it's been really good for all the businesses coming out of COVID being closed. Then we had 6-11 closed. So coming out of those things and then seeing all these businesses thrive over the course of the summer and now the fall has been huge. And it's like, it's that warm fuzzy feeling. Like, it's like you want to succeed, but you want to see your friends succeed too. Because if you're succeeding and everybody else is going out of business, well, that's no fun.
Right.
And we're all friends. And then like at the end of a busy weekend or something, we'll all do a bonfire or we'll do something together and it's great, And I think that in turn goes, the customers feel that.
Right.
They're like, oh, hey, we were just down here and they said that you might have, or like I'll recommend like, okay, you got to go to the Village Farmer and you got to get the turkey pot pie because it's the most amazing thing. And then I'll do like little weekend blurbs where I'll be like, okay, so here's your options of the perfect day in the Gap. Plan it out like this. Yeah. Go here and get coffee, then go shopping here, then, do this event or do this, and so that whole thing, it's like, you can, as like people will be like, oh, there's nothing in town. Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is. You can plan a whole day here. You're going to have to eat and drink some and, maybe 2 or 3 meals or just kind of nibble your way through. But there's a lot of great things to do in town, not to mention the trail. I mean, we're blessed. Yeah. Well, the trail is our backyard. I mean, you can't beat that. There's there's no beating that. So, and the river on the other side. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good place to have a store because on Tuesdays I'm on the river. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. So
I think to wrap things up, you're happy you've done it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't change it for the world. As hard as it's been and some of the struggles that we've had, I would never change it for the world. I love being here. I love being in this spot. I love being in this community. And I love my customers. I love what I carry. I love, I do a lot of local artisan stuff now too, and I love that I can help them out. I wouldn't change it for the world. I'd do it, all the heavy lifting, all the stress, all over again. Not a problem.
Very cool. Lauren, thank you for joining us on Pocono Mountains podcast, and hopefully folks not only shop with you over the holiday season, but all throughout the year, every season.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks very much. Rock and roll. Asparagus Sunshine on Delaware Street in the Water Gap. While there, be sure to check other spots in town, including Joe Bosco's Barbecue, Village Farmer and Bakery, and the historic Castle Inn or Deerhead Inn, where jazz is still center stage.
When you visit any of our resorts, you can be confident that the comfort and safety of our guests is a top priority.
Thousands of our team members work hard daily to keep our restaurants, attractions, and resorts safe for our guests, so you can enjoy your time with us. That's the Pocono Promise. Go to PoconoMountains.com.
We're back. Thanks for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. I'm Jim Hamill. Now for a podcast extra from last year's Small Business Saturday. Brianna Strunk visited shops in downtown Stroudsburg ready to welcome shoppers for the holiday season. Enjoy.
Small Business Saturday is coming up. It's the perfect opportunity to support local businesses while getting a head start on your Christmas shopping. And here in the Poconos, we have plenty of unique boutique shops to fulfill your holiday needs. And today I want to show you around a few of my favorites here in downtown Stroudsburg.
Pocono Soap is a gift shop here in downtown Stroudsburg where we sell all sorts of handmade soaps, sprays, lotions that we make right here, just about 5 minutes away. Pocono Soap is in the business of relaxation, aromatherapy. We want people to come in here and have an experience. Small Business Saturday is a day to celebrate all the local businesses in your community. Store owners usually put out a spread for you. There's often refreshments, specials. Sometimes you'll get a good deal. You're almost always going to get new products. It's kind of a kickoff for the holiday season.
Found a few stocking stuffers. Not going to tell you who they're for though, because those people might be watching.
We're known for having really affordable gifts under $20, which is perfect for teachers, bus drivers, office staff. We really try to make it accessible and affordable for everybody to come shop local.
Our next stop is a place you have to visit when shopping for that special lady in your life.
We have been at the Apple Tree dressing women of substance and style for 40 years. I think one of our hallmarks here at the Apple Tree on Main is that we have very beautiful, special, and unique clothing for women. We have personal stylists that will walk through the store, find you everything that you would like. We have the latest in jeans. We have beautiful tops. We have gorgeous sweaters from all over the world. We have cocktail dresses, evening dresses, boots, shoes, gloves.
I'll take one of everything.
And for Small Business Saturday, we have very, very special features that are going to happen that day only. And they are going to be many gifts under $100.
And when you're exploring a downtown district in the Poconos, make sure you venture down the side streets where you'll find plenty of hidden gems.
We're here at the Potting Shed. We're located just a short distance from downtown Stroudsburg. We're on Ann Street. We have everyday gifts, we have plants, we have pots.
I love this owl planter.
We have household linens, silk florals, arrangements, gifts galore, and we just went into a whole line of books. We have products here that you can probably buy on Amazon, but the fun of coming here is, one, you can touch it, you can feel it, and we will make you feel welcomed at home and make your shopping experience so much better than clicking a button. So the small businesses, that's what you get from them. Come out, visit your local small business, because it's definitely going to be an experience you're not going to forget.
After a day of shopping, unwind with some wine. We're at Tolino's, one of my favorite wineries here in downtown Stroudsburg, and they're offering 15% off bottles on Small Business Saturday. Thanks for coming along with me on my shopping journey today. We hope to see you here in the Poconos soon. For the Pocono Television Network, I'm Brianna Strunk.
Small businesses in the Poconos, including Asparagus Sunshine and various shops and eateries in downtown Stroudsburg. Thanks so much for listening to Pocono Mountains Podcast. One final note, ski season is finally here. Several ski resorts ready to open here at the end of November, beginning of December. So check back for more at PoconoSki.com, as well as for more episodes here, or watch PTN 24/7. Please remember to subscribe anywhere podcasts are available, and come visit us in the Pocono Mountains. Plan your trip today.